This is the basics on how to do pencil shading. First of all, pencils have different levels of softness and hardness. H are harder pencils and they are typically lighter, and B are softer pencils and they are darker. This is a 6B right here, and here is a 4H. So you can see the difference. They're naturally, the harder ones are lighter, the softer ones are darker. So there are many different types of pencils that you can use. You select one that's appropriate for your drawing. The next variable is the coverage that you have on a piece of paper, and that refers to how far out the lines are from each other. So you can do a shaded area that has lines that are spread out. That is much harder to blend. It's much easier to blend if you do coverage where the lines are closer together and you create a more consistent area. The next thing is how much pressure you apply to your pencil. You can apply just a little bit of pressure, or with the same pencil you can apply a lot of pressure and get a darker imprint. When you are doing a shaded drawing, you're going to use all those variables. You're going to use the right pencil, you're going to use the right coverage, and you're going to use the right pressure for the desired results. So you might start with an area that is lighter, and then go back on that area, creating a darker overlay, still pressing pretty lightly on the pencil. Go back over in a smaller area and press a little harder. Until you get the basics of a transition that you want in your drawing. Then another thing that you can use to help blending are blending stumps, which are this, or tortillions, which are these smaller ones. One is a solid piece of recycled material, the other is a wrapped piece. These act as blending tools, and you could actually draw with them as well. You can create shaded areas with the leftover graphite on the tool. The tortillions tend to give you a little bit more detail. You also can use the backside. You can mush the backside and get a broader area of blending, more subtle transition. Lastly, a kneaded eraser can help to adjust a drawing. A kneaded eraser can be created, you can create different shapes. You can create a point, you can create a flat area, and you can just drag that flat area over your graphite and it lifts the graphite up. Or you can create an edge to erase an area to create some detail. So that's a kneaded eraser. The way you clean a kneaded eraser is stretch it out and push it together. As you're working on your drawing, what you should do is check the value scale. So here is a reference drawing. Here's a value scale. And here is a drawing that I want to check. Here, I can take my value scale and I can place it over into this shaded area and see that's about a 7. I can take this, lift this up, and check, squint my eyes to see if I also have about a 7 right there. If not, I can adjust that. When I look at the shadow right here, which in the original looks like it's about an 8, I can place that over my drawing and see I have a long way to go before I have an 8 on that shadow. And in this way you can keep checking your drawing against the original using this value scale.